Well, we need to fix that. So we've been waiting for about 2 days to try and get the drive shaft in here. So there's only like 3 in the whole country, and it has to be, it's like a 1 year only thing. So we got it in. Let's go try and see what we got to do to get this thing on here. Keith tells me it's a little bit bigger, thicker drive shaft. I thought this was just to get us home because we got to drive like 1,100 miles to get home. We were kind of thinking I was going to go to Clearwater, which is a drive shaft, a couple drive shaft shops fairly nearby. I didn't want to get a big nasty carbon one. I've seen some CTSVs kind of come apart really easily. So I was going to try and get a 5 or 6 inch drive shaft so that we don't have any problems. It's very, very thin, but again, let's just hope she holds, because that's a big potamus to move from a dig. That takes a lot of inertia to get that girl going. So let's see what we got here. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to say that that is significantly bigger. We're gonna have to see what we can do with that. Hopefully that's, I mean, that was probably what we're gonna want to end up with when we're all done. So let's go check it. All right, this is what we got, kids. So this whole thing was flapping around pretty good, and that really could have been bad given the fact that that's like right next to our gas tank and all that. Yep, there's a turbo car getting on the dyno right now, so don't mind that. Well, yep, it could have been a lot worse. So we really didn't actually have that much damage. Had a little bit of stuff right here, and not too bad. Could have been much worse. But so I think this is going to go in fairly good and clean. I mean, I don't think we have anything to really worry about. We got this cross member. Yeah, we definitely scratched a bunch right there with the thing banging around. But other than that, that's really it. So thank God we don't have a punctured gas tank, because that would have really sucked. And there's been times where I've had cars on the dyno, and I've broke probably, in the time of me tuning, I've probably broke at least, I'd say 15, 16 drive shafts, and it is a very scary scenario. So, I mean, I've had stuff come through the floor and sparks and all that other junk. I've been at some shops where the guys were like, hey, yeah, you see that up there? You know, they're talking about something in the roof of the building. They're like, yeah, we had a 1,200 horsepower car in here, and the flywheel came apart, and part of it went through the guy's leg, and we had to rush him to the emergency room because he almost bled to death. I'm like, awesome, yeah. But thank God it's not like that. This is a weak link. This is basically, we'll call this like a fusible link here almost, in a way. So let's just hope everything goes really nice and clean and smooth if and when we get it back on the track. So let's measure the old diameter of this guy, and we're going to measure the new one. That one does look a lot stronger, and I would most certainly be more inclined to use that guy when we go to the track next. And I might buy another one, you know. We'll see if we can get another one at that price. So all right, guys, let's get to it. Mexico. All right, so on the low side right there, we're looking, and this is the best kind of rough guess right there because I can't totally grab it. It's very close to about a 4-inch on the small part of the there. Now let's get this side right here. Kind of trying to eyeball it. About 4.8 or so. So that's not too bad. Let's go measure the old one and see what we got with that. Yeah, we're right back to about that 4-inch deal. So I guess the concerning part is you still have a small little spot, and that is going to be a weaker area. So I was kind of surprised at how thin this was. Most drive shafts that I've seen come apart were a little bit thicker right there. So that is, geez, let's see what the, while we're here, that comes out as almost 1/10 of an inch. So let's check that again. We're at like 1/10 of an inch, so 100 thousandths thick. That's really surprising. I kind of would have expected it a little bit thicker. So if you're ever trying to get 5,500 pounds to launch with about, you know, a little over 650 pound-feet of torque, you might want to consider getting a bigger, nastier, thicker drive shaft that's a little bit thicker than 100 thousandths. So I'm not sure that one's going to do the trick, but we can try it, and if it blows up, we might just need to get another drive shaft. But one way or another, we're gonna make this happen. All right. So we're looking at that drive shaft, and we're looking at that one here. So it kind of twisted right about here. Now, not to say that this one won't do that, because we have this guy right here. you know, I'd have to kind of talk to a structural engineer on that, but my understanding of it is you still have a weak link in there, and the drive shaft is still going to be the weakest area. My limited engineering, I still think that that's going to be a weak area, but is it going to be the area that we will break? I guess I'll have to wait and find out. So I thought I was going to have to pry on this thing. That thing just slips right out, no big deal whatsoever. In fact, we actually might even want to tighten that guy a little bit. Super easy. You know, 4 bolts on our little yoke right there, and just had to slide it back, put her in. But that thing is way bigger in there. It's definitely a very noticeable difference. You know, we got about a finger in there, but we're looking pretty good, man. So yep, let's tighten that guy up and we're ready to roll. Ready to rip. See, do you really want to go ahead and risk it 1,100 miles from home and go to take it to the track tonight, or do you want to make it home? You know, you got to ask yourself a question. I mean, it's kind of a flip of a coin. Yeah. It's just another 2 days to get another drive shaft. I
don't think there's any more.
Another $500 or so.
They told me this was the only one.
Oh wow!
In the States.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that might change my decision a little bit there.
Supposedly they come from Germany.
All right, so we're gonna go home, try and see if we can make a drive shaft that's gonna be, well, we don't have that much more to work with, so maybe about 5.5 inches or something like that, with maybe a thicker sidewall. All right, let's go for a test drive. Here we are. The Porcopotamus is back and up and running. Is it running well? I'll let you be the judge. I'm gonna go with a solid no. We might have something going on with the trans. These 8L90s are notorious for having a torque converter problem. We did have the torque converter replaced something like 20,000 miles ago whenever we first got the truck. So I think we had it, and then for like a week and a half later or something like that, it was like shuddering and stuff at speed, and they're kind of known for doing that. This does that a little bit, but it also does something else since we've kind of thrown it back together. So I got to check it out. I did a tranny relearn because I thought that it had to have the clutches burped and all that, because that's kind of normal. When the car leaves hard, so all 6L80s, 90s, 8L80s, 90s, whatever. I don't even think there is an 8L80, but as the car launches hard, the fluid comes up, goes to the back of the case, and then the pump pretty much picks up air and it cavitates. So we did a tranny relearn. We haven't added the extra fluid yet, but I don't feel that this is a fluid issue because I haven't done anything crazy since then. So, whoa.
I thought you broke. I was coming to push you back. Oh,
you're gonna push me back with that?
Well, I might have had to pull.
You came up with authority in that thing. Those are pretty neat.
Number 25.
That's so ridiculous. All right, so let's check out what we got here. Let's show you this trans flare. This is pretty awesome here. Normally this thing was like a rock solid machine here. So here we go. This is our. That wasn't so bad. Oh, she's gonna decide to behave right now. All right, we'll go around the block. We'll see how she does. Don't you hate it when a problem comes up and it's like, hey, I got this problem, and you try and show somebody and it doesn't ever do it? Yeah, as a tuner, that's pretty much life sometimes, you know, trying to figure out some sort of bizarre problem that doesn't ever show itself. It's our traction control. Huh, I have no idea where our traction control is off here. Let's see what we got here. We just had like a crazy, like that didn't even go anywhere. I was a little, I don't know. Not so happy with that. Let's see. Yeah. See how, yeah, we didn't even go anywhere there. Yeah. That's a little disheartening there, I will say. Let's try and add the extra fluid. We'll do a trans relearn, see what we got, but I just wanted to give you guys, that's kind of, I don't know, maybe something happened. We'll see whatever it is, but really don't want to buy another 8L 80 or 90. I will say that 10-speed though is pretty bad to the bone though. Wow. Ugh, it's sad. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I'll explain a little bit more about the check engine light later, but some of these later model cars, as they, oh boy, yeah, that's freaking terrible there. All right. Ugh. I'm getting a little concerned about my wife being stranded with this thing here. Let's add some fluid to it and see what we can do here, but we'll have to address all that in a little bit. I don't even know what to do with this thing yet, so we're gonna, I think, let's try and just check everything out and see if we can get this thing to stay together. I mean, this tranny is usually very, very strong. I had a lot of Z06s go very fast, you know, mid-9s with, now granted, those weren't 5,500 pounds, but this thing has been absolutely rock solid for all the street stuff. When we went to the track, broke the drive shaft. Ever since then, it's kind of been acting a little bit funny. When we broke the drive shaft, I know the RPMs went pretty crazy bonkers, but it still has a relatively moderate rev limit, so I don't know yet. But anyway, stay tuned. I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing. We might just, you know, we're gonna try and make it last, but we'll kind of give you some updates on that. But I'm glad that it's up and running. You know, we made it the you know, roughly 1,150 miles that we had to make it back home, so thank God that we made it home. And it's all right, but might have a converter problem, and we might have some clutches problems, or, you know, second gear clutches or something like that that's a little bit off. But I really don't know transmissions. I know how to program them. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this and hopefully don't have to buy another transmission. So thank you guys for watching. Please check out some of our merchandise. Also check out our Instagram. We got a lot of stuff sometimes that we put up on there that is not necessarily on the videos. Some of that is more current, and some of the videos sometimes can be a little bit delayed, but please check it out. If you like it, please subscribe. Do check out the link on the bottom for the merchandise. It definitely helps and support us with what we're trying to do, and it might just even help me buy another transmission. So God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.